What's up, guys? Double barrel action today from me. It's been my first Carolina Panther video of 2022, mainly because there's been nothing positive, and that is something I pride myself on, even when things aren't going great, to still weigh out the positives. But it just felt wrong because I would just be screaming at my phone for 30 minutes about how bad things are for the Panthers. And today, the inevitable finally happened. Matt Rhule was fired. And first of all, I'm pretty sure Matt Rhule is a great is and I wish him all the best in whatever he does next. But it just felt like he is and was in over his head. There was too much talent on this team, names-wise, to be as inept as we are, especially offensively. And yesterday, listening to Luke Kuechly and Jake Delhomme break down the game and where the Panthers are, it just felt like they were trying to find roses in a pile of garbage and just coming up with thorns. And I feel like it was time for a clean slate. Everybody knew it. I mean, you got DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, Robbie Anderson, Shi Smith. Not a great offensive line, I get it still, but a good enough offensive line to put up decent numbers, and that's just not happening. Baker is definitely not the answer, and obviously with his ankle issue, we'll see where that goes. But our defense was playing way too well for it just to be a one-sided. I think we've had 3 offensive touchdowns, and 2 of them in garbage time the last 3 weeks. And the defense, J.C. Horn, Xavier Woods, Jeremy Chin, Frankie Louvu, those guys have been playing amazing. And yesterday, we didn't have 3 of those guys, so that stunk. But Derek Brown playing well, Brian Burns. There's just too many names on this team to be as bad and as just gross to watch as we are. So this needed to happen, and I'm glad it did. I hope Steve Wilkes can get a fairer shake than he did in Arizona. I know it's not the greatest situation to come into, already 1-4 and flux at the quarterback position, but maybe a new voice can inject some energy into this team, into this fan base. And obviously, Christian McCaffrey is probably on the trade block because we kind of have to seemingly have a clean slate to make this a football team again, complementary style. Our defense has been amazing. I am surprised that Phil Snow got fired too, because the defense has been there all season long. Our defense just gets tired out by the third quarter because they're always on the field. So that's where most of the yards and most of the opponent's production comes in, is because our offense runs in place and can't pick up a yard when we need it. There is no creativity in the offense. Obviously, Joe Brady wasn't the problem. I don't know. There's not a lot you can fix right now, I don't think, but I liked that Terrace Marshall got some play. There was some more deep shots, a bit more creativity, so maybe with Steve Wilkes' influence, he'll help McAdoo figure something out. Not exactly sure, there, but Matt Rhule being gone helps in that we're going to lose a lot this year, but then we hopefully get an entire clean slate and just to move forward, hopefully, excuse me, hopefully with CJ Stroud or Bryce Young or something of that nature, because we can't just keep recycling quarterbacks because it's not working. Obviously, Matt Corral will be in the plans probably as well, and hopefully we can either inject some energy into this year to give us a little bit of hope because we don't know who's really good and who's not, or just get value where you can set up yourself for a future with whoever the head coach is and build that way. But firing Matt Rhule, having the clean slate, just it's kind of a breath of fresh air and a breath of a little bit of hope for me as a Carolina Panther fan. I hope for many as a Carolina Panther fan, because names on a roster don't make a team, but there was way too much talent, and for us to be playing as poorly as we are, somebody finally had to fall on the sword, and it wasn't a staffer this time, it's the head coach. There wasn't fire, there wasn't anger, there wasn't passion, there was just bewilderment in Matt Rhule's face on the sidelines a lot, and the press conferences kind of made my brain hurt. And again, I wish him the best of luck. He was a great college coach, and I would not put it past Matt Rhule to go back to college and be amazing again. But the college and NFL game are apples and oranges, and hopefully the Panthers can take this as motivation, as a clean slate, breath of fresh air, and let Steve Wilkes inject his philosophy and energy, because he's done a fantastic job with the secondary. He's been great with us in the past as well, before he got the Arizona job, so I'm really excited to see if there is a difference in energy and thoughts and difference in play. Obviously, our defense has been ravaged by injuries recently, so we'll see how that works. But it can't really get any worse, and now knowing that we have clean slate ability going into next year, finding a new head coach, finding the identity that we want is very important, and I think this is the first step. As always, keep pounding, go Panthers, and here's to the first bit of hope I've felt all season long. So hope you guys do too, and I hope we see some positives going down the stretch. But gonna continue watching them and gonna continue repping them, because you never stop doing that. But hopefully there's light at the end of the proverbial tunnel. It may be a definite big time rebuild this year, but gathering value where you can matters most at this point. And I love that Steve Wilkes is leading the charge now, and I feel a lot more confident in that at this moment. So have a good day, guys. As always, keep pounding, go Panthers.